Well, the weather's finally warmed up in the Midwest, and that means people can get outside and enjoy some of those recreational and sporting activities they love to do, like jet skiing or boating and being outdoors with your family and friends. But unfortunately, sometimes those can lead to serious accidents which cause injury or even sometimes death. Today, we're here with attorney David Farnball, a personal injury lawyer from the Sweeney Law Firm, to talk about the legal claims that can arise from those recreational accidents. Thanks for joining us today, David.
It's great to be here.
David, over the years, the number of recreational accidents have risen significantly. You've been handling recreational accident claims for over 25 years. Why do you think that number's been on the rise?
Well, I think there's so many recreational accidents nowadays because so many people have recreational vehicles now compared to in prior eras. We see lots of cases involving jet skis and water-related accidents and those types of recreational vehicles.
Now, are there specific rules and regulations that apply to watercraft, like the rules of the road that motorists have to abide by when driving a car?
There are actually a number of rules and regulations that govern watercraft in the state of Indiana.
Now, what legal responsibilities do owners of boats and jet skis and swimming pools even have when someone gets injured using those things?
I would say the most important duty that the owner of a watercraft has is to make sure that that watercraft comes into the hands of a person that knows how to operate the boat or the jet ski or whatever watercraft that we're talking about. The most common type of case that we see is where the watercraft comes into the hands of a person that doesn't know how to operate the equipment and there's an accident.
Now, I'm curious as to whether the owners of recreational vehicles and watercraft have to carry a personal liability insurance, or are those things covered under someone's automobile insurance?
Most of the time when we bring a personal injury case arising from a watercraft accident, there is liability insurance that covers the vehicles. Most of the time, the liability insurance coverage falls under the owner's homeowner's policy as opposed to their auto insurance policy.
David, it would seem to me that cases involving a boating accident or a drowning would be a lot more complex than a regular run-of-the-mill personal injury case like a car accident. Do you find that these cases are significantly more challenging?
I think watercraft accidents are more complicated than the run-of-the-mill personal injury case for a couple of reasons. First of all, most of the time when we deal with a watercraft accident, it involves a very catastrophic injury. Oftentimes in these cases, unfortunately, we're dealing with somebody that has severe injuries or they've died as a result of the watercraft accident. The other thing that makes these cases more complex is the need for investigation. Oftentimes, these cases will involve an event that occurs over a number of hours with a lot of participants. And so it's critical to do an early investigation and interview all the participants in the accident early in the case.
What advice would you give someone who's been seriously injured in a recreational activity or a sporting activity and are maybe interested in pursuing a legal claim?
Well, the first advice that I would give anybody that's been involved in any type of recreational accident is to refrain from giving any sort of a statement to an insurance adjuster or an investigator without first obtaining some legal advice. And then the other thing that I would recommend, that if there's been a bad accident involving some sort of recreational accident, it's important to get a hold of an attorney that's handled these types of cases before.
David, thanks so much for visiting with us today and giving us some valuable information.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure to be here.